Welcome to Oddsmarket. I'm Flash, and it's all about Champions League and Europa League qualifications. Joining me will be Alex Classic Tips and Martin W Green. I mean, everything to play for. These ties are absolutely wide open. We're going to start with Champions League, second legs. Alex, Martin, everything. We can't pick a winner in these games. So tight.
Yeah, just one winner from all the matches for me. The rest, I'm playing the goals market. We did some good money last week on the goals market with Martin and Chef Michael for a Champions League and the Europa League. And we are back to deliver some more winning picks.
What about you, Martin? Do you think it's tight?
I think it does look tight, but I've found a few winners that I do like the look of. I'm just hoping that teams are going to take the second leg really seriously, even if they are ahead on aggregate.
OK, well, let's just kick off then. Let's start with you, Martin. Karabag versus Apoel. What do you think? 2-1 down after the first leg for Karabag getting the lead. Where's the value?
I think Karabag can see the job out. I always feel like in these two-legged ties, it's a really dangerous strategy to just sit back and try to protect the first leg lead. You've seen lots of teams overturned in the second leg when they do that. So I think Karabag should come out and attack in this one. I think they can get a result. I think they should go on and win it. They've been very strong at home in recent years. We saw them draw with Atletico Madrid there not so long ago. They're a bit of a rising power within that part of Europe. So I think they'll win it, but just to be a little bit more cautious, because they don't specifically need to win, I'm just going to give them draw no bet, 1.68.
It's 1.68, draw no bet for Karabag, the home side, but 2.33 seems a really generous odds as well.
Yeah, I would. If you're looking for more value, I'd say definitely push it out to that. I think at home they could win. They should. Obviously, they won away in Cyprus. They should be able to turn it on in front of their home fans. My only reservation would be just if it was 1-1 towards the end of the game, they might not push on and try for that goal because it's not strictly necessary. But I do think they'll go for the win in this one just because it's dangerous to sit back and soak up pressure. So, yeah, if you're looking for more value, 2.33 looks good. I'm just going to stick with my draw no bet just to hopefully protect my record.
Cheers, Martin. What about if we just flicked across to you, Alex, and we have a little look at Dynamo Kiev versus Bruges. Bruges leading 1-0. Is that enough to get the job done in Kiev?
No, absolutely not. I don't think so. Dynamo Kiev, another animal on their turf, always tough to travel in Ukraine. We all know Dynamo Kiev, also Shakhtar Donetsk, tough sides to beat at home in front of their fans. Club Brugge kicked off their domestic season in style. They have 9 points, maximum points in 3 matches, 11 goals scored and just 1 conceded in 3 matches. And they get the job done at home. But on the road, it will be more difficult for them. This is why I'm going both teams to score at 1.83. I think that both teams have the necessary weapons to find the back of the net in this match.
And what about Dynamo Kiev at home then? 2.15 for a side that really rely on winning at home. And they've done the job really by only getting beat 1-0 away.
If you want me to play the winners market, I will say draw at 3.55 with Unibet. Maybe a 1-1 draw in that match. I don't see Club Brugge failing to qualify in the Champions League playoffs. I think that Dynamo will score, but I don't think that they will manage to overcome the 1 goal deficit.
OK, 1.83, both teams to score in Kiev. OK, well, let's flick on, Martin. And we're going to go for Porto Krasnodar. Porto keeping a clean sheet away from home. Take a 1-0 lead. I mean, this one looks like the easiest one we've got on the cards.
Yeah, it was a great performance from Porto in last week. I tipped them actually draw no bets because I thought they'd go and get a result out in Russia. Difficult place to go, but Porto are a heavyweight in this competition. They're far too good really to be in this sort of qualifying stage. I think they'll get the job done at home. I think they should be able. Like I said in the previous tip, I think it's risky if a team sits back, soaks up pressure in the second leg, and if they invite Krasnodar onto them, that could be a dangerous game to play. So I think they'll treat it as if it's 0-0. They'll go out, they'll try and win this one. I think they're very much capable of doing so. Don't think it's going to be a hugely high-scoring game. So because the odds are dipping, to get a bit more value, I'm going to go for Porto and the under 4.5 goals at 1.88. Classic bet there, but you very rarely see Porto games going over that tally. And yeah, I mean, earlier in the week I just backed Porto straight win, but the odds on a lot of these teams are dropping all the time. So you're going to have to look at handicaps and other caveats to get value out of these games.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I look at Porto and I find it hard that they're even in the qualification stage. I mean, we see them regularly in the group stages, and more often than not, they actually get through as well. So, I mean, Porto look like an absolute standout. Maybe the 1.56 if you can find something else to put them in with. But we're going to go with 1.88 Porto and under 4.5. Alex, we're going to go with Ferencvaros against Dynamo Zagreb next. 1-1. Is this as tight as the score looks?
Plenty to play for. Unexpected the Hungarian team to score against Dynamo Zagreb on the road. I thought that it will be a comfortable Zagreb win at home. They went 1-0 up. They finished 1-0 the first half, but they managed to concede in the second half. Unbelievable. I had it halftime, full time. And that was one of the losing tips from last week. I saw the match. Ferencvaros very impressive on the road, but more now at home. I don't think that they will stay and defend the one goal, the goal that they scored away, because at 0-0 they will qualify in the Champions League playoffs. But it's very dangerous to do that against a fast side and skillful side like Zagreb, with very young players and very, very good players. So I'm seeing both teams to score again at 1.72. I think that, again, we will see a match with goals from both sides.
Yeah, I mean, 1-1. I mean, I think that really could go to extra time. I think we could see a 1-1 again in this game, but a 1.72, both teams to score. You're eliminating waiting for a side to try and get a goal when they might just take it to the extra time. I mean, tough game, that one. Let's go on. Let's go to Martin. You can go with this because I know you both want to talk about this. I'm going to go for Ajax versus PAOK Salonika. 2-2. Remember, Ajax, semi-finalists in Champions League last year, lost a few of their players, and now they're in qualifications. Martin, we can't see anything more than an Ajax win here, surely.
No, I really can't. I mean, they were phenomenal in the Champions League last season. Yes, they've lost probably their two best players in the summer. De Ligt has gone to Juventus. De Jong has gone to Barcelona. But apart from that, it's still exactly the same side that beat Real Madrid, that beat Juventus, that almost beat Spurs. They were 3-0 up on aggregate with 45 minutes remaining, and they just lost out to Lucas Moura's hat-trick. I mean, they did go on and win the domestic double. It's a sign of the times that winning the Dutch league doesn't even give you qualification for the Champions League anymore. But they're in the qualifiers. I expected them to beat PAOK away, to be honest. I'm surprised that they couldn't get a result there. But I think in front of their home fans, they'll be able to turn it on. They beat Emmen there 5-0 at the weekend. Huntelaar came off the bench and scored twice. And key men like Van der Beek, Hakim Ziyech and Kasper Dolberg were all on the score sheet as well. I was looking at earlier in the week, you could go Ajax -1 Asian handicap. Just to get a bit more value today, I went -1.25 Asian handicap and I got odds of 1.82. But the odds are just drifting all the time. Literally in the last hour, the odds have completely changed. Now, you have to go Ajax -1.5 and the best price you can get is 1.9. Whereas it was 2.05 less than an hour ago. So if you fancy Ajax to win, I would recommend getting on them sooner rather than later, because that's the way the betting market is going. But I still would feel confident enough to go Ajax -1.5 at odds of 1.9 as they stand, because I think they should win this one by at least 2 clear goals.
Alex, Ajax -1.25, 1.5, win by 2 clear goals. You see anything different to that?
I mean, they dominated the first leg in Greece. They lost many opportunities. They conceded 2 goals unexpectedly. But it's normal from Ajax to concede goals. normally they score more than their opponents. This is why I'm expecting another match full of goals, because right now PAOK are forced to go and attack from the first minute of the game. And if you combine the Ajax win with the over 2.5 goals in the match, you get 1.85. So I think that this is the best value in my opinion. But yes, they could easily destroy PAOK because PAOK in the summer transfer window, they lost 3 of their key players. Their ex-coach left them, the one that they won the title in Greece after 35 years. So yeah, I think that they will struggle. I think that they will be happy, PAOK, with the Europa League playoffs there, where they will have way more chances to make it into the group stages. So Ajax and over 2.5 goals for me at 1.85.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I honestly, I just think that 3-4-0. And also, I think that the first game has probably caught Ajax a little bit on the hop, not quite tuned in. And obviously, after their exploits last year, thought that it was going to be a little bit easier. I fancy, listen, you can't have a Champions League without Ajax in the group stage. So they'll be at it, and I'm sure they're going to win. And I wouldn't mind putting them in a double with Porto.
The problem is here that they made so much profit from selling their most important players, and no one came to replace them. This is my worry in Champions League for them this season, because also Hakim Ziyech might leave before the group stage will kick off, the Champions League group stage. So it will be a huge problem with Ajax. Again, taking players from their under 21 side, putting them in the first 11, needing 2 more years again to make a decent side and to arrive how far they arrived last year. And so I think that they will struggle this season in Champions League.
But they've got the perfect inspiration. I mean, if you've got young players coming through, it's like next man up. You see where De Ligt, De Jong have gone and how quickly they've accelerated their careers, then you know that you need to be Champions League, group stages, and you could got the best audience in the world. So for me, I think Ajax will be fine, and they'll catch teams out, and they will grow into the tournament. I don't think they'll get in the semi-final, but I think they'll definitely turn over a few. So there we've got Alex has gone for Ajax and over 2.5 at 1.85, and Martin's gone for minus 1.25 at 1.82. Alex, I'm going to stay with you. Bâle. 2-1 down, beaten at home by Lask. Is there a way back for Bâle?
I mean, it's the same Basel that knocked out PSV 2 weeks ago. You know, PSV, another team from the Netherlands, another brilliant team with great attacking firepower, and Basel managed to knock them out from the Champions League, and they remain in Europa League right now. LASK Linz from Austria. Yes, they won on the road 2-1. Huge surprise in my opinion, and I think that everyone is thinking the same. But Basel is not a team to underestimate. Yes, you are 2-1 up, but right now Basel are coming to smell the blood and start scoring some goals from the first half. So again, I'm going with the over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.73, because I think also the Austrian side have great attacking firepower, and they can contribute on the scoreboard. But for more value, I think that we can also play over 1.5 goals in the first half at 2.5.
So you want a nice sharp start from one of the sides. I think that Basel 3.4 to get the job done. I think that's quite a big price if you just wanted to have a smaller stake, and because you know that everything depends on then having Champions League qualification. So I mean, we're looking at goals.
Imagine the Austrian side for the first time to qualify in the Champions League playoffs and to play in the Europa League. So for you who don't know on chat or who are watching us, if you are qualifying in the Champions League playoffs and you lose the tie there, you are automatically going in the Europa League group stage.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go to, I mean, this is one that I think both of you want to speak about, and that's Celtic versus Cluj. 1-1, Celtic went 1-0 down, got an equaliser. Did they get the job done at Celtic Park, Martin?
Yeah, I think they do. They're very strong at home. They've turned Celtic Park into a bit of a fortress in recent times. Did well to pick up a draw on the road against Romania. I think I had them draw no bet in the week, so I was pleased to at least see them not lose that one. Yeah, I think this is huge for Celtic Champions League qualification. They'll really put their heart and soul into this. They don't get much of a decent game in the domestic league, so they really need European football to keep the players motivated, to give everyone a challenge, and for the financial boost that it gives them as well. So I think they'll be fired up for this game in front of their home fans on Celtic Park. I firmly expect them to get a win. I've got 1.6 on the home win in this one. I think that looks worthwhile. Odds are dropping again. Look, yeah, I got 1.6 probably an hour ago. What's it gone into now?
1.5.
1.53 is the best you can get now. So yeah, you might have to look at giving them a bit of a handicap, bit of a minus 0.75 Asian handicap or something like that. Or maybe look at combining it with the goals market as well. Yeah, it seems like everyone's on the favourites at the moment in the Champions League right now. So all the odds are drifting on the underdogs. But yeah, I'd still go for that. Celtic 1.53. I'd still get on that.
Martin, obviously I'm going to speak to Alex now, so you can do. I'll give you a little bit of homework to do. What about Celtic, Ajax, Porto, treble? I'll speak to Alex, and then you can tell me what that pays, because I fancy that we might have just found a profitable bet there. Alex, what do you reckon, Celtic Cluj?
They will give Celtic a tough time also in the second leg. I mean, it's 50-50 if you ask me. Just for Celtic, because they are playing in front of their fans, they have this extra plus. 60,000 people, great fans pushing them in every single match. We all know how good they are at home. I don't know. I took Celtic, on my treble bets with two other matches from the Champions League. But who is curious to see the treble bets, go over to oddsmarket.com and check my article. I took them at 1.55. Yesterday they were at 1.7. Now they are at 1.53, and I'm sure that till the start of the match, they will go at 1.45. I don't see something else, but I was looking also at the goals market. Under 2.5 goals at 1.73. This is my take on this game. I see a 1-2-0 win for Celtic, but I don't see Cluj will have a tough time to score on Celtic Park. Also on the other side, James Forrest is on fire, but we don't know if he will play or not, because Zenit just offered 13 million euros for him, and they might accept it and him not to play in the second leg. So yeah, under 2.5 goals at 1.73, I think that this is the value for this match. Of course, Celtic to win, which is also one of my plays on my treble bet.
Okay, well, before we go and start get Chef Michael on and go for the Europa League qualification, Martin, first of all, what does that treble pay? And if you boys can give me your best bets and your banker from the Champions League, that would be great.
That'll pay you 3.29, that treble, which I think looks pretty attractive.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Put me down for that. What about your best bet and your banker, Martin?
I'm going to go for Karabag draw no bet at 1.68 as my favourite out of all of them, particularly as the odds aren't drifting. Aren't going in like they are with all the other bets that I'm on. Porto, I still like Porto in the under 4.5 goals against 1.88 against Krasnodar. I don't think they'll blow them away, but I think they'll win that one. And Ajax with a minus 1.25 Asian handicap and a straight Celtic win. But yeah, I also like Ajax, Porto and Celtic as a treble. Looks good to me.
3.29, that treble. Alex, have we tempted you in 3.29?
Yeah, it looks tempting. I have another one, so with total odds of 3.32, so a little bit closer than yours, but with better odds. But yeah, go to check oddsmarket.com for my Champions League and the Europa League treble bets. My place for Champions League best bet: LASK Linz versus Basel over 2.5 goals at 1.73. Kiev versus Club Brugge, both teams to score at 1.83. Ferencvaros Zagreb, both teams to score at 1.72. Celtic Cluj under 2.5 goals, 1.73. And Ajax versus PAOK Salonika over 2.5. Ajax and over 2.5 goals at 1.85.
Alex, absolutely brilliant. Martin, we're going to lose you now. We'll see you again soon.
So sad.
Time for Chef Michael to join us. We're going to now start with the Europa League qualifications. Alex obviously is going to be with us tomorrow with a tennis. If you want to follow Martin, you can go with @MartinWGreen. You can follow Alex at Alex Classic Tips. Alex, we're going to start with you with the Europa League. We've got Riga and HJK, sorry, 1-1 after the first leg. What are your thoughts?
That is with Chef Michael. He has
Yeah. But I just thought I'd get your view before Chef Michael was like going to give me the proper view.
I don't have anything for that game. I find it very, very tricky to play it. But I'm sure that Chef Michael will come with the value because he did amazing last week, around 4.5 units of profit together on Europa League qualifiers first leg. And I'm sure that we will have some great tips for the second leg. But Rafa needs a little bit time to put us on the screen together with you, because now only you can hear me, you cannot see me, sadly.
Cheers, Alex. Chef Michael, welcome. Europa League qualification. We're going to go straight in. HJK versus Riga. 1-1 in the first leg. This is one of the games that are a bit tighter than some of the others. What's your angle?
HKG returning home to Finland after that 1-1 draw in the first leg, and they've come down from the Champions League. This is their first tie coming down to the Europa League qualifiers, and on their home turf. I think they're going to keep it a little tighter. They kept 4 clean sheets in their last 15 matches at home, and this HJK bunch scores a lot of goals. They score a lot of goals in bunches. They put up 4 over the weekend in their home turf match, and 10 of their last 15 matches have gone over 2.5 goals. And on the other side, Riga, they're pretty fair away from home. They're no slouches. They've only lost 4 matches in their last 15. They've won 10. I see both teams to score here. I see both teams getting at least 1 goal. Could go into extra time, but I'm going to stick with both teams to score at 1.83.
Okay, let's flick on then. We're going to go to Boleslav versus Steaua Bucharest with you, Alex. 0-0. Another tight game in the first leg. Are we expecting goals in the second?
Yes, I expect goals in the second. Huge problems for Steaua Bucharest. They lost their coach. Now they have the second coach in charge of the team. 10 of their players are injured, and very important players. They played with their B team, but B team last weekend in the Romanian top flight league, and they lost to a very, very poor side, 3-1 at home. Some of the injured players are expected to be back in time for this Thursday second leg match. Steaua looked better in the first leg, and they were very unlucky not to find the back of the net. Mlada are a better side at home. They just won against their opponents, Sparta Praga, last weekend 4-3. An exceptional match. I watched it. I love this, let's say, monkey leagues, that how you like to say. But some nice teams to watch, like Mlada Boleslav, Sparta Praga. And I think that we will see goals in this one, because both teams know that they should score in order to qualify further in the competition. Steaua with an away goal will have even better chances to do that. So it was good for them that they kept a clean sheet at home in front of their fans. So both teams to score for me at 1.74.
Cheers, Alex. We're going to go on with you, Chef Michael. Braga Bromby, 4-2 up, Braga. Can't take it easy, though. Where's the value?
Oh, after watching that first leg, I mean, you got to go with both teams to score. I mean, it was an absolute shootout, 4-2. Probably one of the most exciting matches of the first leg. Braga at home have just lost just 3 times in their last campaign, and they grabbed a win over the weekend when they kicked off the Portugal Premier League. Bromby, on the other hand, pretty terrible away from home. But I think that's going to be a shootout again, just like it was in the first leg. Couldn't believe the price on this, both teams to score at 1.83. It seems like a pretty good gift from the bookie there.
I mean, yeah, you have 6 goals in the first leg, and then you go into the second leg and think it's got to be 1.55, push 1.6, and then you see that you're getting the same price, 1.83, as you are for HJK against Riga. So, yeah, I mean, I don't expect that to still be there come kickoff. Alex, we're going to go Shakhtar Sologorsk versus Torino. Now, here's a game. Torino 5-0. They're surely not going to play their proper team.
Exactly. This is my point here, and you don't believe it, but I'm going for both teams to score. They will play with many of their players from the bench. Next week they are kicking off their domestic league. They are 5-0 up. It's a long travel to Belarus. I don't know. I think that they will easily find the back of the net themselves, but I think that they will also concede 1.65. They tend to concede. They tend to also they beat Debrecen 3-0 on their turf. After that, they visited Debrecen. They won 4-1. They conceded. They played just 3 competitive matches so far. So when you are 5-0 up, you are very relaxed. Waiting for the match to finish and go to your home and wait for the Serie A to kick off and qualify in the playoffs also. So yeah, both teams to score at 1.65, great value in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of... I like the way that we're going for goals here, so we're not actually relying on a team having to push themselves and basically get into a war. I mean, we're going to go to Rangers Midtjylland now. Rangers 4-2 up. This could still have some legs. What about Chef Michael?
Yeah, I love the way this Rangers team is playing. They go forward with a lot of pace and they score a lot of goals. I had the Rangers in the first leg at draw no bet at the miraculous price at 2.1, which came through pretty good. Midtjylland, they're pretty terrible on the road. They've lost 4 of the last 10, and I think there's Rangers, they score a ton of goals at home. I don't think Midtjylland's going to be able to keep up with them. They got deadly attackers, Defoe and Ojo from England. They're scoring a lot of goals. It's the Rangers all the way right here. 1.67 for a straight Rangers win seems like a pretty decent price since they're at home. I would have thought it would have been around 1.4 or 1.5, somewhere around there, but 1.67 looks pretty good.
I mean, I'm just going to help you out here. I can see 1.8 for Rangers with an odds checker. So, I mean, have a little shop around. Maybe moving as we speak. But, I mean, Rangers 4-2 up. They've got to obviously get on the front foot. Don't want Midtjylland to have any sort of encouragement in this game. But, yeah, I agree with you. I think Rangers, and if you can get around the 1.8, it does seem a bit of a gift. But always beware of the gifts. Alex, Spartak Moscow turn. 3-2 from the first leg for the Russian side. Do they get the job done?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that they got the job done. They are playing at home. Thun, an impressive side. They impressed me in the first leg. I made a lot of profit with them in their domestic league over the season. They tend to score a lot of goals. They tend to concede a lot of goals. Spartak Moscow on fire right now. I'm very impressed with the team. They will probably fight for the title in the Russian domestic league. And I'm going over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.65.
1.65. Let's stay with you, Alex. What about Trabzonspor versus Sparta Prague? Another one of these games that's 2-2. The away goals, obviously, that Sparta Prague have got. Do they sit back and just maybe take a 1-1 or 0-0?
Now they are playing in Turkey, so Trabzon is going with the first chance because they scored the 2 away goals.
Yeah.
Sparta Prague forced to fight back. Turkey, always a tough country to travel and to play against the Turkish side. Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, also Trabzonspor is not. They are not a bad side at all. I checked some of their matches. I feel that the Turkish football is getting better and better. They are investing a lot of money right now in football, and they are trying to go with so many teams as possible, as many teams as possible in the Europa League or Champions League group stage. Sparta Prague, always a great side. I don't know, this part of the world is really underrated because we have teams like the Greek teams like Olympiacos, AEK, PAOK. We have, like I said, in Turkey, teams like Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, and many others. Sparta Prague is one of them, like Partizan Belgrade or Red Star Belgrade. Some very good sides who are always entering in every match to fight till the last minute of the game. This is why what I like when I see teams like that, fighting till the last drop. So both teams to score should be a banker in this one, 1.72.
1.72. Chef Michael, give us a rundown of your bets and which one you favour the most.
All right, yeah, so I got HJK and Riga, both teams to score at 1.83. My best bet is going to be Braga and Brøndby, both teams to score at 1.83. And banker is going to be Rangers at 1.67. I'm going to shop around for that 1.8 that you found.
Yeah, you do that. You get a little bit more meat on the bone. Alex?
Vladan Boleslav versus Steaua Bucharest, both teams to score at 1.74. Shakhtar Soligorsk versus Torino, both teams to score 1.65. Spartak Moscow versus Thun, over 2.5 goals at 1.65. Banker Trabzon versus Sparta Praga, both teams to score at 1.72.
Okay, that's the Europa League qualification second leg sorted out. Coming up this week, we've got Alex tomorrow, going to go through the tennis. Wednesday, Bundesliga, Serie A. On Thursday, it's Mother's Day in Costa Rica, so we're not going to be doing anything, but Natalie and I will be doing Premier League punters on Friday, getting ready for round 2 of the English Premier League. I've been Flash, been joined by @Chef Michael 1128 and @Alex Classic Tips. Until next time, see you soon. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Flash.
you. Great
See you,
hosting. Great hosting, Flash.
Cheers, mate.